Y'all know who can be the coach? As long as we'll make it to Game 7, we'll be good. Oh, shit. Doc Rivers.
Philadelphia already. Woj now reporting this morning the 76ers have dismissed head coach Doc Rivers. Breaking news for the 76ers. Shannon, this is something you and Skip have already predicted.
You know what's crazy, Joel? My wife texted me right when the game ended. She said, "Where we going now?" I immediately got mad. I said, "Why don't you ask Joel? That nigga's the one that did 5 of 18 from the field goal." I'm sorry, excuse my language. But how the fuck am I supposed to coach that?
The way Doc Rivers has been able to hold an NBA head coaching position for 25 seasons should be studied. With Doc being fired by the 76ers, there's a lot of talk around the NBA if Doc Rivers is even a good coach. I mean, I guess the NBA without a Doc Rivers team would be kind of weird. It's kind of like Greg Popovich not being in the league. I mean, he's just always been there. This dude's an ancient relic. Besides all the doubts and questioning, Doc Rivers has made 16 postseasons. That's a number that most coaches haven't even come close to. But even though he's been to the playoffs 16 times, he's only been in a conference final twice and won a championship once, and only participated in the NBA championship once. So what's the missing ingredient here? Does he not have enough NBA championship caliber players to win? I think a couple future Hall of Famers may disagree with you there. So does this come down to a coaching issue? Well, there are those who feel that way.
He was a losing coach before you gave him rock stars. And then he won a championship. Now his legacy is built on a championship. Y'all value championship. What did he do? After he won a championship, what did he do after that? Nothing.
I mean, he's been given opportunity. He has a championship, so he understands, he knows what it takes to win a championship, Skip. But this is his third straight loss in the conference finals. They lost in 7 games to the Hawks in 21. They lost in 6 games last season. They lost this year in 7 after having a 3-2 lead, Skip. Now he's lost 10 Game 7 losses as a head coach. 10. Has 5 straight Game 7 losses. Yep. Skip, that was just too much of a burden or of a hurdle to overcome.
It seems like Doc Rivers has had multiple chances on multiple teams with multiple all-star level caliber players. So this begs the question, is Doc Rivers overrated as a coach? Well, the NBA doesn't think so. They actually have him rated as a top 15 coach of all time. Multiple media outlets also have Doc Rivers as a top 15 coach or just within their top 10. It might be unfair to list Doc Rivers as a top 15 coach of all time because there are only 15 coaches who have won multiple championships. But in the current NBA, there are only 3 head coaches that have won multiple championships: Greg Popovich, Eric Spoelstra, and Steve Kerr. So championship caliber coaches are hard to come across. Maybe this is why Doc Rivers has held an NBA head coaching position for so long. Even though his last championship was in 2008, which was 15 years ago, still having that championship experience is worth more than hiring a new coach who has 0 championship experience. But championships aside, Doc Rivers is a coach who has blown a 3-2 lead 4 times and a 3-1 lead 3 times. With the NBA stacked with superstars and a ready-to-win-now mentality, I'm not sure NBA GMs are ready to hire a coach with such a poor playoff performance. So will another team take a chance on Doc? Well, there are definitely those smaller market teams with younger players who are ready to get championship experience from a coach like Doc Rivers. I don't see any championship contenders taking a chance on Doc Rivers just because of his playoff series records. What do you guys think though? Does Doc Rivers deserve another chance to coach in the NBA? Or has his time in the NBA finally come to an end?
I think he should run from a legacy or run from pressure or run from expectations. I think you should run towards it.